Santa Claus called. He wants his shirt back. Welcome to episode, I don't have a clue. I got like 204 is done, but I'm waiting before I drop that for, I just want to get, I need a little more information. I think 205 went up. I don't know. There's a basketball video that's already numbered, and I haven't edited it yet. And then there was, I don't know. Welcome all the same. I don't know what. So I guess the first point of this video is to say I've kind of got out of sequence on my numbering, which I don't know. Maybe it's like a growth thing for me to. That's the water I use for my coffee maker, so that it's distilled. That keeps it from crusting up, I think. I don't know. So far, so good. What was I talking about? This is kind of the story of my life. My episodes, growing. I don't like things to be disorganized. I know it's hard to tell by some of the things in my life, but even in my chaos, there is a bit of an organization, and I usually know what's in the pile, even if it looks like a pile. It's like a pile of stuff that I know what's in it. So I don't know. So this not having my numbers in sequence. I had some students yesterday go, "Hey, what happened to 204?" I was like, that's a long story, but I'm just not ready to drop 204 yet. And then I think it's 206 is the basketball video. I think I named that one 206. And then, I don't know, this might be 208 or, anyway. All right, day in the life video. Try to get some meaningful content in here. It is way early. It's almost 7, it's not quite 7 yet. So I've got plenty of time. I gotta find out what is the 7:45 meeting today. I have to set up my lab. We're doing a lab today, it's pretty cool. I might be able to grab some. Might be able to. Let me say that I'm going to plan on grabbing some video of the lab today, just so you can see kind of. So we did this thing with aluminum and hydrochloric acid. It's pretty cool. What else is going on? Basketball game tonight. So the wrap-up clip might come after the basketball game. Also, at the basketball game tonight, I'm going to take obviously pictures of the basketball game that I'll probably use in the basketball video. So there's that. That's kind of it for today. I'm gonna drink my coffee and eat my granola bars, and then we'll be over in the other room doing the lab setup stuff. May talk to you some more there. Meanwhile, end of segment. This is literally my third trip. I've really come to enjoy having the two rooms, but transitioning from one place to the other when, like, you're carrying hot coffee. Like, you can't carry two laptops. I guess you could carry two laptops and hot coffee at the same time, but it seems like, you know, and they're so close. They're really literally catty corner across the hallway from each other. So, yeah, probably the thoughtful direction of this video is kind of like growing out of the fact that my numbers are all messed up, which is usually the kind of thing that would make me uncomfortable. Well, it does make me uncomfortable, but I'm doing it anyway because I can't really see any other reality other than, like I already said, welcome to episode 207 or whatever in another video, 206. So I can't unsay that without reshooting the clip, which means, I don't know, there's just, so which is the lesser, I guess is the lesser of two evils, to have the numbers. Now I'm trying to talk myself down from being anxious, I don't know, whatever. I got a little psychopathology going on here. But so this is the fodder for the thoughtful thing in this video. And here's what it is stretch yourself safely. What are those uncomfortable things that you would like to change about yourself? Now, I have this other thing I do is, like, I always have my keys. So if I'm going out a door that's going to lock behind me, like these doors, or if I get out of the car, before I close the door, I locate my keys. Is that a weird pathology? Maybe. Is that something I'm going to give up? No. You know why? I have gone through a door, stood there holding it, and then checked for my keys and realized, I left my keys on my desk. If I'd have let the door close, I'm going to be looking for a assistant principal or the head custodian to let me back in the room. Lock your keys. I only have one key to the Tahoe. This is it. I've been saying this for a year. This is the only key I have to the Tahoe, and this is the only fob I have. If I lose one or the other, we'll see them, they're connected. Anyway, I've been saying for a year I was going to get another key to the Tahoe. So, stretch yourself in a way that is safe. If you're afraid of dogs and you don't want to be afraid of dogs, there's probably in psychology there's this thing called systemized desensitization through successive approximations. It's a big word for saying take it in small steps, move from where you are to where you want to be in small steps. So, I don't know, example would be if you're afraid of flying, the first step would be to play with an airplane, so the airplane probably isn't going to induce the kind of anxiety. But once you get comfortable playing with an airplane, then maybe the next step is to go to an airport. Anyway, systemized desensitization through successive approximation. So you do little successions of approximating the final behavior. This is how they train dolphins. With the successive approximation part, not the... Well, that seems like a lot of words for a second segment. I've got a couple things. I got to I'm going to finish my breakfast and acid and aluminum and clean that mess up and then set something up for the web design class. So I'm going to probably not talk to the camera again until lunchtime. Probably not talk to the camera again until lunchtime. Also, I noticed something when I was editing. I've been editing my closed caption. I say the same thing twice a lot. I'll say something and then I'll repeat it. I mean verbatim repeat it, not restate it in a different way. I'll say like, all right, now it's time to, whatever. I do that. So I'm going to close this segment out, drink my coffee, eat my granola bar, and do all those other things I said I was going to do. End of segment. So it is lunchtime. I've come to another lunchtime, and I'm eating lunch. I've been thinking about this. Try things that stretch you safely. And I think this is another version of if you're not falling down, you're not learning. But you got to make sure that there's something there to break your fall. You got to make sure that you're not like jumping off of a cliff without a parachute. So, yeah, that went in. So stretching yourself, trying something new. I always wanted to be a painter, but I was always afraid to try. Well, try. I always wanted to sing. You probably don't want me to sing. I've tried singing in the past. I don't think I missed the notes. I just think my voice is not very pleasant to hear when I sing. What is it that you would like to try to do? I would like to try photography. I was, afraid to try. Don't be afraid to try things. Try them safely. Don't go out and buy a $9,000 camera and then decide that you don't actually like photography. Start off using your iPhone. I wonder if you can hear this rattling on the microphone. Bet you can. You want to try painting. Maybe you don't buy a whole paint set, but you go to a community center where they teach painting lessons or something like that. Take it in a class where the materials are supplied. Don't be afraid to try things. Stretch yourself. Sometimes we stretch and we're like, I shouldn't have gone there. That hurt. Sometimes we stretch and we're like, you know what? I'm using kind of a physical metaphor again. You stretch and then after you get through it's like, I feels a lot better. Maybe you feel better if you stretch yourself, not, back away from the metaphor into, I need some new friends. I want more friends. I want to do something socially. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Lunchtime, I'm having crackers. I got like a whole giant 2-pack, 12 packs of these. So I'll be eating those for a while. I didn't get them. They were left over from something my wife did, so I acquired them. And then I got some other chewy granola snack things. That's what we're having for lunch today. Because I know probably some of you, the only reason that you come to the channel is to figure out what is he going to eat in this video. What is he eating in this episode? That could be a new feature. No, that would be stupid. That would be dumb. All right, so basketball game tonight. Got another class after this. We'll see. I'll probably pop in and who knows what. Oh, the experiment. I did that. I promised I would shoot some video. Look, so here's the deal. You start with aluminum foil, and you add hydrochloric acid, and the aluminum steals the chlorine from the hydrogen, and the hydrogen forms a gas, and so it bubbles up. It gives off heat, and then this is what happens. It's kind of cool. It's pretty dramatic ending to a very simple reaction of just pouring some hydrochloric acid on the aluminum. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's representing something called the law of definite composition, and there is a video for that. It is right there. You can go look on the world around us. I got lots of science videos because, I'm a science teacher. That's it. That's for lunch. That's your lunch segment. We're going to wrap this up now. Plot twist. No basketball game. No basketball game. But there is this thing, this fundraiser they do that's called Track or Treat. And it starts at 6, so I'll be coming back and I'll take some pictures of that thing. I actually have never been to it before, so it'll be interesting to see what that is. Interesting little story as I wrap this one up. Student stopped me on the way to the bus, and it's actually someone in the photography club. And besides photography clubs, never really been a student of mine except for photography club. And she says, "Hey, I just want to tell you that the other day I was really discouraged. I really felt like I was facing something I didn't want to face. I didn't want to face this problem that was part of my situation." And she gave me a few details. She goes, "But then I was waiting on my mom to get ready to bring me to school, and so I was watching one of my videos. She was watching one of my videos, and it was one of the videos where I said, sometimes you have to push through the hard stuff to get to what you're trying to get to." And she said that she watched the video and resigned herself that she would push through. And she said, and guess what? When I pushed through, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was in the first place, and it all worked out in the long run. So that was awesome to have that kind of feedback, to have someone who said, "Hey, I watched one of your videos and it helped me make a good choice, and the choice turned out, in my favor." It was pretty awesome for me. I had a kid come up to me one time in the parking lot last year. It was in a video. I was like, "Hey, I love your videos," and it was someone I didn't even know. And that was like my first time of having someone who I didn't even know acknowledge the channel and acknowledge that they liked it. So it's kind of encouraging. And another weird thing, I've been sitting on subscribers. I've been sitting on 371 for ages. It seems like ages. I don't know how many days it's been. And then suddenly, boom, I got 5 more subscribers yesterday. That's really encouraging. And you have to, whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're trying to entrepreneur something, if you're trying to entrepreneur a business or something like YouTube channel, you got to count all the small gains and be excited by those and let those small gains motivate you. I want to go out on hashtag No Small November. I did work on my website, my fiction project website. I'm calling it my fiction project because it's multiple novels, novel length works, and so I'm calling it my fiction project. So that I did actually start that, even though it's not yet November. I've been working on it, and that's my big launch for No Small November, is to launch that, get it up and fleshed out. So, all right. stretch yourself a little bit, you know, and then I can tie it back into the student story. Stretch yourself a little bit, put yourself out there. You don't know what's going to come back, and sometimes what comes back is very, very encouraging. It was for me. Hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications, leave me a comment, a question, or a suggestion. That is all for this one. I will see you in the next one.